Alright, so we had the direct that passed, what, like a day or two ago? So we're gonna talk about it really quick. With me again is Sieggy. Say
Here.
hi. So I think it's best to start off with 3DS stuff because there was like maybe 10 minutes out of the 45 minutes dedicated to 3DS stuff. So was there anything in there in particular that you cared about in any way? Because I have like three specific games in mind that I do want to mention.
Specifically, and one thing only. It is Mario Party. Oh my fucking god. Way
Yes.
back specifically because that was like the first game my dad purchased on Nintendo 64. And I played the ever loving fuck out of that with my family, and holy shit, a lot of me things occurred during that game, but we grew as people.
It's funny that you. Well, I think it was almost expected that you would mention that one because I have that one. I have that game listed as one of the three I wanted to talk about too. And I don't know if you heard about it, but sometime after the direct, they did confirm that the game isn't just a mini game compilation. It does have boards.
You go.
So that's gonna be great. I think. I feel like there's gonna be a couple of mini games from the recent games that I'm not even gonna recognize either. So there might be like some new stuff relative to that. But a lot of this is just gonna be like nostalgia.
I'm gonna like overdose on all the nostalgia, but holy shit. Some guy like what was it? Didn't recently like some guy uploaded like what is it? He did like I don't even know how to describe it. He like checked all the pictures or all the minigames that were shown and made a list already.
Yeah, it was like 65 out of 100 of the confirmed mini games in it.
I scanned the shit out of that. I know one thing for sure. Fucking bumper balls is gonna be on that shit.
Oh boy! And they even they confirmed that you can have like this sort of I don't want to call it a playlist, but it's like you can have these favorites. So when you play the game, you can immediately go to that list of mini games and just start playing.
Great, but I like to be like just mixed up. Even if it's a minigame I don't like that freaking racing one in Mario Party 2. Holy fuck!
But the
I hated
RC cars, right?
that. Yeah, I had to do that shit. I had to do that goddamn shit on what was it?
I could
Everybody
never,
remembers.
I could never control those correctly. Even now, I have a like issue controlling those fucking things.
Coaster, I think that was like the last mini game to do on like a certain level, and that shit was like the gatekeeper. I could never pass it. Oh my god, I hated that.
Yeah, it was something I never liked, and anytime it showed up, I was just hoping that I would get lucky.
Like, and then I remember checking lists again, and they brought back that tank like game from Mario Part 2 as well. And my experience with that on the coaster was like another level of fucking anger.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's weird. Like
it's
I
supposed to
don't
be
know.
it's supposed to be free for all.
I
That
think some of them are not free for all though. Like some of them are actually something like I think there's a mixture between the two. That you're gonna have the 2v2s, you're gonna have the 1v3s and shit like that.
wait for the tank game.
Well, I mean for
Wait, for the
like
tank game
the mini games
specifically.
in general. The tank game is probably free for all. If
Yeah,
I
because I was
remember
still
correctly.
talking. Yeah, I remember that damn freaking game. At the last level of the coaster in Mario Party 2, there's like 3v1, and everyone has the same health. I wanted to die. It took me
Alright.
like 10 years to beat Mario Party 2. I was so ass at that shit. My cousin came over, we did a game. I was like, you know what? Let me do the coaster. When I beat it, I was in tears. I was like, this took me 10 years to beat. I got the last minute game. I was underwhelmed.
Yeah,
Freaking game from Mario Party 1.
that's
Fucking that
that's
damn
definitely gonna
thing.
be something we're gonna play a lot. I think Mario Party, especially if we go to any types of like conventions or something, and somebody brought Mario Party Top 100.
Actually, yeah, that actually be good. Like a freaking good chill game.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the next game before we spend the entire conversation on Mario Party.
Well, Mario Party's my life, though.
Hey, we can always come back to it if we have the time. But We should probably move on.
All right, everything in this subject is gonna be related to Mario Party for me in some way.
Okay.
Back to Mario Party.
So 3DS, right? So they also showed off a little bit more of Ultra Sun and Moon, but it's weird with that game so close to releasing, they still haven't shown that much of it.
I know, like mini games.
No. we're off of that, okay? We're talking about Pokemon now. Pokemon's the conversation.
But does it have mini games though?
Actually, some of them do, but that's something else entirely.
Okay. Fine, I'll take it.
No, but seriously though, it's weird that it comes out in what, like 2 months, I believe. And the only new things they showed was 2 new Ultra Beasts, which, mind you, that's fine, that's cool and all, but it just seems like if you're gonna convince us on this new version, it just seems weird. The parts with Necrozma is cool, but I don't know, it doesn't seem like they're showing all that much.
Dude, that Ultra Beast looks like a Great Wall of China, like broken apart.
Was it Ultra Beast Assembly? And Ultra Beast, what was the other one? The one that's exclusive to Sun, Ultra Beast Burst, I believe.
Jawbreaker. He looks like a goddamn Jawbreaker. I feel like this is like a skit at Eddie.
Oh boy. Oh man, but he looks like Lollipop. Like they both look like clowns. Like they're supposed to be a clown. Or the.
Boy, you think you call me a fucking clown?
Yeah, I'm calling you a clown, boy. I hate you. No.
I'll take my pies elsewhere.
You do that. Oh yeah, there was Kirby Battle Royale. Did you care about that in any way?
It looks interesting, but I don't know. I'm like budgeting. I'm taking like a beating in my wallet.
Because that's kind of where I am, because I can't buy every game Nintendo clearly wants me to buy, but
I get Fire Emblem Warriors though.
What is it? Kirby Battle Royale. I mean, it looks fun, but it's also like not something that I'm gonna like. I don't think it's something I'm gonna be willing to spend the money on. I mean, but
yeah.
3DS wise, that was pretty much it. It was cool to see Necrozma and Ultra Sun and Moon and what he's gonna do. Kirby Battle Royale looks interesting, but I think for us, definitely for the 3DS, it was just Mario Party as like the highlight.
It's cool that they brought like Fire Emblem Warriors on 3DS for those that can't get on the Switch or don't have the Switch.
Yeah, like it's clear they're not trying to just completely kill off the 3DS just yet.
Yeah.
If they even do at all. But so speaking of Fire Emblem Warriors, they did announce Lyn for for Fire Emblem Warriors, and that's great because one of my biggest fucking complaints about that game is that they only focused on Awakening and Fates and Marth.
Only Marth.
Yeah,
that's it.
Just Marth. And it was a little annoying that every week or maybe every month or so we would get a new character review and it would be somebody from one of those 2 games. I mean, I get it, they're popular for, whatever reason. I don't know why Fates, I'm not really into Fates like that. But
Day 6 is true, Frederick's gonna carry the fuck out that game.
I'm just happy to see Lyn because the Fire Emblem that Lyn is from, I don't know the Japanese name for it, but I know over here it was just called Fire Emblem. And that was my first Fire Emblem game. So it's nice to see Lyn representing something. Like a character representing something other than Fate and Awakening. It's nice. And I think that's probably my favorite character review in the game so far.
At least I know who you're maining. Wait, now I think about it, like the other katana user is Ryoma, but I don't want to play Lobster Man. I'm not in the mood for that.
I mean, hey, I might play Marth. I might be going either Marth or Lyn in terms of like playing through the whole game.
Sure, again.
But all right.
You know what's funny? I'm probably gonna end up picking.
Go ahead.
It'll probably be DLC. Is Ike in the game? I didn't check the roster.
Ike, no. He might. I wouldn't be surprised if they use him as DLC.
My man, you fucking go berserk on him.
Oh yeah, you know what was really fucking weird to me? They didn't mention the Breath of the Wild DLC at all.
It's still in the works.
But it's weird because it's supposed to release by the end of this year.
It could be released by December, but then again, they showed a game that's coming out in December.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think that a DLC's release time. I don't think they will take it seriously too much if it releases close to another game they're releasing, since it's just a DLC. But I don't know. Something makes me feel like that either they're just gonna announce it out of nowhere, like at random, when it's releasing exactly, or that DLC, I mean, got delayed. But I'm hoping not. But what was it? Oh yeah, you mentioned that there was a game coming out in December, and that would be Xenoblade Chronicles 2, December 1st. What do you think of that game?
I gotta buy it. And I also got borrowed the first one from you.
Yeah, it's the first Chronicles game is like really fucking good. Like, it's probably one of my favorite RPGs ever made. So, and I was really excited for Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U, but that game, it was good. Like, it wasn't bad or anything, but just compared to Chronicles, it was just not even close, quality-wise. It was fun to explore around, but the story was just not interesting, and the character models didn't look right. It just wasn't the best game. But Xenoblade Chronicles 2, hopefully they and they got some really talented people working on that game too, so, you know, hopefully it works out.
You forgot something on the 3DS, now I think about it.
What's that?
You forgot about the one and only Minecraft for the new 3DS.
I mean, yeah, Minecraft is coming to the new 3DS, but, you know, I don't care. Okay, to be fair,
my small optimism is gone now.
To be fair, to be fair.
I mean, I haven't played it mad long either.
Okay, so to be fair, I'm not trying to shit on Minecraft. I actually like Minecraft as a game. It's just that if you own a Switch and a 3DS, I don't see much reason to buy the 3DS version over the Switch version unless you really, really need that dual screen support, which is cool, mind you. But I just don't see why. That is a big market for them, though. Minecraft is huge. The 3DS has a much larger install base than the Switch.
Minecraft's on everything now. Shit.
Yeah. Although, what is a little disappointing, but it probably makes some sense looking into it, is that it's not going to get the Better Together update. So, in other words, 3DS players won't be able to play with Switch and Xbox players and PC.
Ew.
They're going to be stuck on their own, while Switch, Xbox, and PC players will be playing together. It's kind of disappointing, but hey, you got the 3DS, you got Minecraft on it. It should suffice.
Yeah, this shit sounds dope, I guess.
Alright, so I wanted to really talk about there's like 3 specific games that like really I think were the best part of the Direct for myself, but I feel like before I get to any of those 3, I want to talk about the amount of support Bethesda has been giving the Switch.
Dude, no. The Switch, all the third-party support, they got demons and Nazis as the first ones.
Okay, so I have a video. I uploaded a stream of myself watching the Direct for the first time. So if anyone were to see how I reacted to the Skyrim, Doom, well, not Skyrim, but the Doom and Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus coming to Switch, that was what gave me the biggest reaction out of everything in the show. Which would probably be weird to most people, but it's just the fact that I can have Doom, which is probably my favorite, if not my very close to my favorite shooter of that year when it released. I think it was last year. And I can just have that anywhere. And I don't know if you've seen the comparisons, and the Doom on Switch compared to Doom on PS4 is not even that different. Like there are some slower, not slower, but minor details that are not on the Switch, but it's not even that noticeable. So I don't know. That shit was just. I don't know. I never expected Doom and Wolfenstein 2 to release on the system, and you know, Bethesda's already releasing Skyrim on it too.
I know pretty much everything.
Oh man, it's great because like you have a company like Capcom re-releasing Resident Evil Revelations. They released it on the PS4 and Xbox One first, and then later on down the road they put it on the Switch. You have Rockstar coming with LA Noire, but at least that's coming at the same time as the other consoles. And Bethesda is just they're giving us Skyrim, which fair enough, it's an old game. It's like what, 6 years old now. But it's a good game, and a game like that, just that big of an open world game on the go, is gonna be a big deal for a lot of people. And then you have Doom, which only just came out last year. It's not even that old of a game at all, and that's a great fucking game to play, despite how violent that is on a Nintendo console. It's really surprising. Then again, you have the stuff like Bayonetta, Mad World, and all that. It's interesting. I mean, would you play any of these three on the Switch?
Yeah.
What's that? Well, I don't know. Hang on. So, would you actually buy Skyrim, Doom, or Wolfenstein on your Switch?
Mostly looking at Doom because I got Skyrim Special Edition on Steam, Skyrim on the 360. I can't buy so many Skyrim though, right? Todd Howard?
Todd needs to chill.
Come on, that game is. I like the game.
Yeah.
Chill, man. Stop.
Oh my god. Yeah, they need to stop all the Skyrim versions early. It's not even that.
I did buy Doom I got Doom luckily for $20 right and spanking new, but I'm probably gonna look into that like again. Because I really didn't play Doom on my Xbox One on the go.
What's weird is that Doom on the Switch is gonna require you to download the multiplayer, but to be fair, I feel like the majority of people who played Doom did not play the multiplayer anyway. So it might not even be that big of a deal. But I don't know. It's considering that if there are people who don't have internet access, they're still gonna not have access to that online anyway, even if they somehow manage to download it. So it's kind of fitting anyway. But yeah, I'm probably gonna look into Doom and maybe Wolfenstein. I don't know. It's just the fact that the Wolfenstein is releasing sometime after the original release of the game, even though it hasn't come out yet generally. But I might not want to wait to buy the Switch version. I might just want to go straight for, another console. But I guess that's it for Bethesda. So the three games that I wanted to mention, right? I want to quickly mention Octopath Traveler. How do you feel about that game? It's from the Bravely Default people.
I gotta admit, that game is beautiful as fuck. Holy hell! I didn't play the Bravely Default. I feel like I missed out on a gem right there. That's something I gotta put on the playlist.
Yeah, I had the same thing. There was a lot of people who told me how great Bravely Default was, and I was going to buy it, but I ended up never getting around to it. It was this whole thing.
Damn. It's like, I really gotta borrow it. Then again, I don't know nobody who owns Bravely Default.
I don't think I know anyone either. I mean, I might, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, Octopath looks really good for no reason. Like, you wouldn't think 2D sprites on like these HD 3D backgrounds would look like this fitting, but it does.
Yeah, it was like
I don't know. it's a weird thing. But you sounded like you had something you wanted to say there. So what was that?
Guilty Gear, how Guilty Gear is actually 3D, but is like looking 2D, but this game is actually 2D, bouncing to 3D, HD. It's like, oh,
what is it? They called it? Was it 2D HD or HD 2D or something? It's it's
I think it was 2.5D they call it.
No. I mean, the Octopath Traveler developers are calling it HD 2D. Because 2.5D is just 3D models on a 2D like movement. But let me see. Oh yeah. Did you download the demo for the game? Did you get to try it?
Sadly, I didn't yet. So 2D yet.
Okay, all right. Well, I downloaded it. I only got to play one side. It was for the character Primrose, and let me tell you, that game's like really fucked with me when I was playing it. You play as Primrose, and I was expecting it to be like a pretty tame RPG, you know, maybe hint to adult themes, but never really try going into it. I wasn't expecting voice acting either, but you start it up. There's full voice acting for the most part. Actually, no, it wouldn't be full voice acting. I don't know why I said it like that. They have voice acting for important scenes, and then when you talk to NPCs and whatnot, it's just, you know, regular text. But Primrose's campaign is not. It's not an innocent one. It's very dark. It deals with very dark themes. Primrose herself gets slapped in the face by what would be the fantasy equivalent of her pimp.
Oh damn!
Yeah, like it's really like I wasn't expecting it to be that like adult centered, but it really is. Like,
it just gets morbid as shit.
Yeah, and the direct and both when you like play the demo and you hover above Primrose, they describe her as a dancer, and she is, but she also does other things. Many other things. So, yeah, it's she's more like, it would be closer to say that she's a stripper, prostitute, like, thing, and she's not forced. Well, she's forced into it basically by that pimp guy. So it becomes this whole thing. Anyone who plays the fucking demo will see what I'm talking about. It's definitely not an RPG that you should let like a child play, for instance.
Daddy, I want to play RPG. Here you go, sonny boy.
And then suddenly it's just, oh shit, fucking Primrose got fucked up. It's a horrible thing. It deals with very dark subject matter, and unless you're mature enough to handle it, I wouldn't recommend letting children play it like that. But it's damn.
Daddy, what's prostitution?
No, there's actually a scene too where this little girl wants to be just like you, and her father like immediately turns her down. It's dealing with some heavy shit there. It's pretty cool though. Like, I like the battling system. From what I've been told, it's similar to Bravely Default, and since I never got to play it, I can't really compare it all that well. But it's really good. I actually really like playing it. Like, if you play it right, if you play it smart, you can basically fully incapacitate the boss of the demo so that he can barely ever move. He can only move like maybe once per 3 turns. So you kind of can like control the flow of the battle if you really time everything correctly. It's really cool. So I got 2 more games to mention here. Did you see Kirby Star Allies?
So I completely, actually, to be honest, I kind of forgot about it.
That's the Switch Kirby game.
Oh wait, that's the one where you can mix the abilities and crap and get like allies, right?
Yeah.
That actually looks interesting because you get to mix the abilities again, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure you and many people immediately thought the same thing I thought of and compared it to Crystal Shards.
That was my baby. I mean, I didn't play that many Kirby games, but that shit was my baby.
In my opinion, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who are gonna disagree with me, I think Crystal Shards is like easily the best Kirby game because of the mixture of the abilities. And when you did mix the abilities, it didn't just like, oh, I mixed lightning with sword and got lightning sword. It would give you like, what was it, like a lightsaber or something? Or was that like thorn and lightning? It was some like combinations gave you really unique versions of what it would be, basically.
Yo, electricity, ice, that shit was god tier.
Oh man.
I remember when I fucking played that shit as a kid. I became a fidget. I was like, oh, I didn't know what I expected.
I remember as a kid playing it too and thinking like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Like, as a kid, I didn't understand why the fridge would be good in any way.
Food, you got infinite lives, right?
It was something like you could. I think it was just like you could heal yourself constantly since you could just keep throwing food out there.
That shit was freaking amazing.
Oh man, but Star Allies looks like it's kind of going in that direction. I mean, so far I wouldn't say it's like completely like Crystal Shards because I haven't seen anything like the refrigerator where you would turn into something completely different. But the combinations that you could do looks kind of close. Like they showed that bomb and wind would kind of turn your bomb into something like a hot air balloon, so you would just fly upward. But then there was what was it? Then they showed like water. No, was it ice with sword? But it just made an ice sword. Like that's kind of like my only criticism. Like if they went as deep as Crystal Shards did, making like completely new powers and completely new abilities, then I think that would top Crystal Shards for me. But let's see. Oh yeah, so we only have maybe 3 or so minutes left before I want to end this. So really quick, I think it'd be a good idea to mention Mario Odyssey.
That ice level, man.
Was it the Shiveria Kingdom, or I think it was just the Ice Kingdom in Shiveria, particularly. And there are certain things they showed in that trailer that I thought was just hilarious, like the bird who opens his mouth incredibly wide.
It's just fucking.
It just looks like he's screaming every time he opens his mouth. Like there's like a lot of charm to that game. Like it looks pretty, it looks bright and colorful. It has all these like cute creatures running around.
It looks like it has an aching cloaca.
What?
Nothing.
Oh boy. No, but that shit looks really cool. And then they had like this lizard he could take over, so he can glide over like the map for the world.
Everything he possesses happens to have a mustache.
Yeah, we saw that in was it E3 when they first showed the whole transformation thing. Like that shit is weird.
Like, in one segment of that video, didn't he like possess like a letter?
Yeah, like one of the letters of the Mario logo.
Fucking hell. Yeah,
like I don't even know. It's weird because at Nintendo New York, I played about 10-15 minutes, I think, of Mario Odyssey, and I played on that exact stage where he took over the letters, and I never saw that there. So I'm assuming they added it, or that shit is really well hidden.
Can he possess like a huge mustache, and that mustache will have a mustache?
I don't know, but I see you are asking the real questions.
This is concerning. I want to see like the level of detail they put into this game.
Okay, so I know for a fact you're buying Mario Odyssey. I don't think that's even questioning. Like that's questionable, right?
Breath of the Wild. You just gotta buy it.
Yeah, it's definitely a must-have. Was anything new shown for Mario Odyssey? I know they showed those leaderboards, so there was that. Although I'm not too I'm not too big on that myself. I just want to explore the worlds and collect the moons and all that. It's definitely a game I'm going to get. That comes out October 27th, so that will be fun. And it's interesting, this month we have Metroid Samus Returns and Pokken. And I'll be skipping Pokken personally in favor to get the SNES Classic. But then next month we have the month of October, we have a bunch of games coming out. We have Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. We have Fire Emblem Warriors, Mario Odyssey, and then the month after that, like literally the second October, like the second November ends, we're also getting Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And November itself is just full of third parties, for the most part, from what I've seen. Like, I believe it's like Skyrim, LA Noire, Resident Evil Revelations. I think they all come out.
Oh, yeah, I gotta buy LA Noire. I missed out on that gem too.
It's gonna be great. And they also said that Doom is supposed to release this year, holiday. So, whenever Doom comes out, I don't know. But we have a lot of games coming to the Switch and to the 3DS that we'll be enjoying.
Really. At this rate, I'm gonna have to start giving hand jobs just so I can afford some of these games.
you taking the Primrose route there, huh?
Well, I'm going straight off the bat, man. I know for myself, my hand-to-gland combat game is crazy. Like, I have a 100% ratio of satisfaction.
Okay.
Get your hand jobs today.
Oh boy. Oh god. Well, how about this? I'll be your pimp, and I'll get a cut. And
no.
You don't have a choice in this. I'm the pimp.
Ain't gonna be no Project Octopath up in this bitch.
This is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna smack you in the face, and you're just gonna go through with it. Yeah, but Project Octopath looks crazy. I think Project Octopath went from something that I have a slight interest in to something I genuinely want to keep an eye on. Something I want to, probably buy like on launch or something. But this conversation just went on for 30 or so minutes, so I think it's time to finally cut this. Not cut this, but, end this conversation.
What?
So,
you sure? You want to tell how your day's going? How you been? I haven't heard from you in a while.
No. I have no interest in doing so.
Come on, man.
I will say that we should probably go over about how much exactly did you enjoy this direct? Like, did it really give you anything that you really wanted, or was it disappointing, or how did you feel about it overall?
Nazis. I'm gonna kill some demons, and mostly play some goddamn Mario Party again.
Yes, we'll definitely play Mario Party. I'm gonna play the shit out of Mario Odyssey. Maybe go through the next path in Octopath, whatever it may be. For me, I'd say that the direct was mostly positive. There wasn't any news other than Doom and Wolfenstein being announced for the Switch that made me extremely excited in any way. There wasn't no secret surprise announcement or anything like that. But that doesn't always have to be, And with what we got, information of Kirby, Star Allies, Bethesda showing all their support, Xenoblade not being delayed and actually coming out this year, and having fucking Octopath Traveler's demo coming up right after the direct, it made me feel generally pretty positive about it. So if I had to give it a rating of sorts, I'd probably say it was an 8 out of 10 for me. No big surprises, but genuinely pretty good announcements. You?
Pokemon enough like that, but then again, I got exposed to the series at a late end. Fun. Breaking it down, I'm really looking forward to Pokemon. I mean, not freaking Mario Party.
Yeah.
Personal reasons. And Doom and all that Bethesda stuff. I'm most likely gonna get Doom. Yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10, I guess.
I think that's fair. Alright, so it's been good talking to you, Sieggy. Hopefully next time we'll have some crazy news to share, but for now, this is what we're gonna have to do for now. So until then,
In the bucket scraps.
What?
We hit the bucket scraps?
What? What? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, the way you made it sound is like we're getting the bucket scraps, man, of info.
Oh, no. No, that's not what I mean at all. Like I said, I'm pretty positive about this entire thing. I'm just saying that there were no big surprises. Nobody got the Animal Crossing that they wanted, or the Smash Brothers, or anything like that. Once that happens, that's a straight 10 out of fucking 10. But yeah, like I said, this is going on for too long, so I really do need to end this. So say your goodbyes.
You're old, man. I kind of like engaging conversation, man.
Well, we'll have many other discussions to hold if that's what we need. Until then, bye.